In a busy city like Copenhagen, how you get around for daily activities both affects your own and others' experience of the city. Our choice to bike, drive, or take the train can greatly impact how pleasant the city experience is. How do different forms of transportation affect city communities? Let's take a look at how Denmark has reimagined transportation to make Copenhagen a more connected city, both physically and emotionally.
The medieval streets of Copenhagen's inner city were originally built for horses and carriages. When bicycles were introduced in the 1880s, the city's narrow, dense layout naturally supported this new form of transport. Cycling quickly became popular, especially among the working class, who could now commute from beyond the old fortification walls. Places where people meet, rest, play, and interact. They've made the city more livable and inclusive.
Copenhagen's transformation is the result of years of planning. Let's take a look at how Copenhagen created a more connected city.
1992. The Danish Parliament passes the Orsted Act, officially making the government's support for public transportation and its commitment to reducing road congestion. In 1994, metro construction begins for the M1 and M2 lines, costing 6.7 billion Danish kroner. 2002, M1 and M2 officially open, connecting Van Loos to Vestama and Løgravsparken. 2003, metro access expanded to connect Nordport and Frederiksberg, and by 2007, the M2 line was expanded to Kastrup, allowing access to the airport. 2019, the M3 line opens, allowing for more centralized city travel. 2020, the M4 line opens, connecting the M3, M1, and M2. In 2024, the M4 line was expanded into Copenhagen South. A paper presented at the Aalborg University analyzed the initial effect M1 and M2 lines had on other forms of transportation moving through Frederiksberg and the Harbor Corridor. By 2004, 2 years after the M1 and M2 opened, Frederiksberg saw a 13% decrease in car traffic, and the harbor saw a 5% decrease. Bus and bike transport saw a respective decrease of 26, 47, and 9%.
Public transportation can reduce the need for cars and bikes. But where do they go? A successful city plan designs places for bikes and cars to go where they are off the road and out of mind. With so much usage, how do Copenhagen's urban spaces remain clear of clutter?
Nordport Station is the busiest transportation hub in all of Copenhagen. Over 250,000 people move through the station every single day.
Nordport is more than just a station. It serves as an open public space to connect the people with the parks, and historical museums, and the inner city.
The metro system here in Copenhagen is very frequent. During rush hour, metro trains arrive every 4 minutes. After midnight, though, the frequency drops to about 15 to 20 minutes, making trains less frequent.
However, the metro still remains cheaper than a car and, through additional changes from the city, more convenient. The average price of the metro ticket is around 20 Danish kroner, or about $3. This price has increased over the years that the metro has been in service, and some are beginning to notice the change.
One thing I like about the Danish transportation is that you can buy a ticket and you can go anywhere in the country with one ticket, even though you use different systems like local trains, local buses. They might belong to a different company in itself, but we have a unified ticketing system. So you don't have to buy multiple tickets from different vendors. Also, they tie in different timetables so that when you arrive one place, you don't have to wait an hour to use the next type of transportation to move on to your final destination.
Having a metro that is accessible is having a metro that is frequent. Incorporating the metro into daily life and work commutes requires that it doesn't inconvenience the people in any way. Effectively incorporating a public transportation system into a city requires that it be as efficient, if not more efficient, than possible alternatives, such as cars.
Just like Nordport, metro stations are not only through points, but a space between spaces, part of the city life as well.
art installations allow for a more pleasant atmosphere and inviting environment. Functionally, each metro station is designed the same. This makes it easier for people to navigate. If you've made it through one, you can make it through any of them. However, concrete, clean, sterile stations are not exciting. Allowing art, culture, and expression to exist within and around the metro stations allows parts of the city to manifest themselves within each station, further embedding the stations in their respective neighborhoods.
Slow traffic zones and sitting areas mean that mobility isn't a barrier to enjoying the city. This human-centered approach to design has had a real impact on well-being. With cleaner air, calmer streets, and more opportunities for spontaneous encounters, the city has become a place where people want to stay. Here, life is not just about moving through the city, but truly living in it.